Hello and welcome. This video guide provides an introduction to the Agent Communicator, which is the application that ContactQ call center advisors will use to handle calls. The Agent Communicator app is developed using Adobe Flex, which means that it will run on any operating system, whether it be Windows, Linux or Mac. Okay, the first thing we need to do is actually log into the Agent Communicator, which we do by clicking on the shortcut here. When the application pops up, it's asking for the advisor's username, password and their extension or phone number. So we can fill these credentials in. The username is already filled in here, it's remembered those, and the only bit of information I really need to input here is the password. However, the extension number or the phone number is quite important. This is the location of where the advisor is actually sitting or located. So if you're in the office and you're connected to a PBX system, this would typically be the extension number that the advisor is using on their desk. However, if the advisors are working remotely or working from home, then you can put in a full telephone number. Now I'm going to put in my mobile number here and then sign in. Just moving the communicator up here, you can now see that the advisor is in an available state, and we have a duration timer here showing how long I've been in that current state. The advisors can change their status to make themselves unavailable using the codes in the drop down, and here we're seeing a list of the unavailable codes. All of these unavailable codes are controlled via the supervisor via a web based admin tool, which we'll look at in another video clip. So here we can see that we've now changed to unavailable meeting code, and the duration timer has now changed here to reflect that. And I can then drop this down again. I can either change to a different code, so I can now go to a training and switch between one unavailable code and another. Whilst I'm in unavailable, I won't receive any inbound calls because I've busied myself out to the ACD system. If I want to make myself active again and be able to take calls, I change my status back to available. Okay, now that we're logged in, I can give you a quick sort of tour of the key areas of the Agent Communicator. So at the top, as we've already seen, we have the availability of the advisors. Now in this area here at the top, just below the status drop down, we have the call information area. So this will present the advisor with key information about any inbound calls or outbound calls. So if it's an inbound call, the advisor will see such information as the name of the queue, the caller's CLID, etc. On outbound calls, it will show the numbers dialed and whether you're in a connected talking state. Down below there we have the dial box, so we have a text box where we can type numbers in to manually dial. We can click on the X here to clear that box out, and once we have a number typed in here, we can then hit the dial button to initiate that dial. Below that area we have the context sensitive call handling keys. So these keys would only become active at relevant times when you're actually active on a call. So for example, if you are on a call, then you will have certainly have the hold key and the hang up key. When you're making a consultation call, you will have the ability to transfer and to toggle those calls. Below that we have the tabbed area which controls this bottom section here. So the first tab is the call log, and this area would fill up with information about current sessions calls. So any calls that you've either received or you've dialed today during this current session, and we'll see that populate as time goes on. The next icon is the contact directory, and this is split into three areas. We have agents, contacts and routes. On the agents tab we get a visual display of the other advisors within the contact system who are logged in, and we also see their availability. So as you can see, my name is here, and if I change my status here to meeting, we can now see down here that Nigel Smith is indicating that he's in a meeting, and there's no point in trying to call that particular advisor. So if these advisors were changing their status, we'd instantly see that. Change myself back here. On the contacts tab, this is really aimed at providing the advisors with a central speed dial location, or personal speed dial location should I say, and what we can do is you can add a contact and then add up to 4 numbers per contact using this. Numbers are added to the personal contact using a web-based login into the admin tool using the agent's login credentials. And the final piece of the contact directory is the routes. So these are entities within the contact center system, whereby, you know, if you want to transfer a call to a particular queue, you can then click on the queue name within this the route section and transfer a call directly to that particular queue without having to introduce the caller to a specific advisor. Next button along is the Dialpad. So again, this is to manually dial calls. Again, we've already mentioned that you can manually type in here, or you can actually use the Dialpad here to input digits into that dial box. And finally, the last area is the settings button here, which displays version information about the communicator, the IP address of the contact center system server, the username, and the agent's dialback location that they've inputted.